All right, what up, people? It's your boy Chig. You're through to the Kombat show. Joining me, I'm my two co-hosts as always. First of all, say hello to the people. Ola, say hello to the people, bro.
Good evening, people. Hope everybody's well. Everybody's feeling good this Friday, and I'm back on the show to eat my words.
There you
Shall I say?
go. We'll
Yeah,
get to
man.
that. We'll get to that.
Right off the bat, man. I'm holding my hands up, man.
We'll get to that. No, you worry. You thought I forgot. Don't you worry. I remembered. And also joining me, and I think potentially to collect some more money, is Will. Say hello to the people, Will.
Hello, people. Two paydays for me. I'm the slow champion. Slow number one here. Quiet one.
Oh dear. So if anyone is wondering what we're talking about, last week Ola thought he was on a bad man flex. I paid him once. So he thought, let's raise the stakes, innit? Let's bet again, innit? So we bet twice. And I think he's gonna pay out for the other one as well. He bet two very distinctive bets. One of them was that Jorge Masvidal's next fight will be Nate Diaz. Notice he's not talking about Nate Diaz, and we'll come to Jorge in a minute because some interesting news has developed over the last day or so about Jorge Masvidal. But he's not calling for Jorge Masvidal. He's not calling for Nate Diaz. So I think Ola will pay out on that bet too. Don't worry. But then Ola decided, I'm feeling extra confident. Let's raise the stakes even more. T-Wood takes it. He believed in T-Wood. And me and Will were like, yeah, cool, I'll take that bet. Admittedly, I was less confident. When Ola was talking T-Wood up, I was like, okay, maybe Ola knows something I don't. And it played out exactly how I thought it would play out. So Ola, a money draw, where is it?
Oh man, what a night! I mean, first of all, well done to both of you. You know what I mean? I did, Will settled, and I did DM you. I said, send me location. Yeah. So I can deposit your paper in there. I did say to you, and you said, you know what?
Right.
I'm gonna wait till Fight Island because I think I might be able to cash out on you again.
No.
You know
I
what I
want that thing now, bro. I want that thing now. I want to parade
you want
it.
Well, you didn't send me location, but send me
I don't
location.
even want
But
to
you know
spend
what I
it.
mean?
I just want to parade it. Just be like,
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
It's not a spending thing, is it? It's not a spending one.
Nah, it's a trophy. It's a trophy.
Yeah. And he wants to win it back from me as well. He's been trying to win it back. He ain't having it.
There you go. I just WhatsApp you the details, brother. I just WhatsApp you the details. Big up, Jahid. Amen to that.
Your location just got delivered, man. I just got your location.
You got the location.
The man just sent me location, you know. God damn. Oh Lord. Yeah, man. Look, let's give it up for Gilbert Burns. And I have to say, it's not like I didn't think Gilbert Burns could do the thing. Let me just get that out of the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But because Gilbert Burns, everybody know. You know what I mean? The boy he's on my team like that. You know what I mean? It's not like I didn't think he could do the thing. It was just more of, can T-Wood come back if there was any fight that was going to get him closer back to the title? Can he get there? Can he give us a performance that we've seen him do before Usman? The Darren Till, the Robbie Lawlers. Can we get that again from him? It wasn't too long ago, 18 months ago. So I'm thinking, okay, from everything what he was saying, it was more of, I wasn't there at the Usman fight. My spirit left my body. It's like someone took a battery off my pack. All of that. But then it's coming to this fight with Burns, and it's even worse than the Usman fight, because arguably Usman Gilbert beat Tyron Woodley way better in a more impressive fashion than Usman did it. Albeit Woodley didn't win a round in the Usman fight. He didn't win a round here neither.
No, he didn't.
You know? So he's gone 10 fights. I mean, he's gone 10 rounds without winning a single round. And then I'm thinking to myself, like, this guy said he went to Thailand 10 months. And I was thinking, yeah, he's gonna come back with some Muay Thai shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking Tyron learned some.
You know what? This is why Will gets at you. You believe too much in these fights.
Bruh.
Way too much in these
Fam,
fighters.
today,
believe
I was
too
tapped
much.
today. We had this conversation.
What conversation you talking about?
When I said you're too emotional.
Bro, I ain't spoken to you today. What are you talking about, bro? So back to what I was saying with Tilwood. Tilwood was in Thailand.
You believe too much in these fighters, bro. Like, I should have known that was the reason you backed.
I'm thinking, yeah, my man learned some. He's learned some Muay Thai. He's learned something. You know what I mean? He's gonna bring something with that extra. Maybe he's learned to use how to use that right hand in a different way.
No, brother.
But it turns out you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
And there you go.
So
there you go.
I'm happy to, like I said right off the back at the top of the show where you introduced me. I said right off the back, I'm putting my hands up. I got this one wrong.
He's been a very good champion.
It happens.
He's been a very good champion. But for me, what scared me, actually, in a similar way to the way Wilder lost, what scared me was the manner of defeat for Woodley. I was backing Usman because Usman's my country guy. Move all of that to the side for a second. He got absolutely bullied against Usman. And then you're fighting the guy that trains with Usman? What do you think he's going to do? He's going to copy and repeat. Except, to be fair to him, he beat him in a different sort of way. He really mixed up his game very well, Burns. Very well. I thought he beat him in more or less every single department. I thought Woodley at least would have the striking down. To me, he looked slow against Burns. He looked clumsy against Burns almost. Like he just did not know what hit him. He looked every bit his 38 years and more, actually. And that's what worried me. Because Burns is only 5 years younger than the brother. So I feel like, to me, and Woodley likes talking as well. That's the other thing I don't like about him. I had to unfollow him on Twitter the other day. Every single time this motherfucker's doing some sort of Insta live talking about how he's doing this, and how he's doing that, and how somebody's going to get killed. And 6 months later, he's still not fought. Yeah, to me, I'm not really a Conor McGregor fan, but Conor McGregor has never said more truer words than when he looked at Woodley and said, "You're like a woman with that phone. You're always on it." Like he's always on his phone. He's always recording something or doing something. For me, Woodley, you've got a great career potentially as an analyst. Stick to that. To me, I'd like him to go out with one decent fight. If it is Colby, and we did hear this morning that he was offered Colby, he immediately accepted. If it is Colby and he can beat Colby, I say right off into the sun. Because to me, you're not beating Usman. I don't think you're beating Colby, to be honest. But at least he can ride off with that fight. And that way, if he loses to Colby as well, he knows it's a wrap for him at welterweight at an elite level. He can still compete in the division, but not at an elite level. Not in my opinion. I don't know. Well, what did you think of the fight?
Well, okay. First off, I'm going to start with Black Lives Matter.
Straight
off the bat, because we forgot to start with that. But
we should have. You're right. Yeah. We should have.
Secondly, Ola is a WWE fan, so you understand what I'm trying to say. He believes the storyline too much. He believes he's bought in the storyline. If someone says something, he really believes that. Yep, this guy said this, so he means this. Sometimes they're just selling something. Yeah. Thirdly, when I watched the fight with Ola, as I said to Ola, the first round, as soon as Woodley got hit and he wobbled, he didn't want it. Exactly. As soon as he got hit and he wobbled, he did not want it. I said to Ola, when it began, he looked like, okay, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Right? I'm ready to go. But yeah, as soon as it's that like he got hit, that was it. He was taking it back for all the time. And then in the 5th round, you could even see he was trying to force himself to fight. He was,
because he needed a knockout by that point,
because you see how mad they were getting at him in the corner. They were getting at him. They told him you lost every round. You've lost every round. You need to take him out. Yeah, they told him, and he went out, and you could see even when he was trying, there was nothing. There was nothing there. There was nothing there. He's done. 38 years old. Like I said, Ola, you could talk all the talk, but once your jaw gets hit, that 30-year-old, that 33-8, that number, yeah, plays in your head like a motherfucker. Yeah, then you start thinking, oh shit, maybe I'm getting too old for this shit. Yeah. Then you start going for grapplers who ain't got no strength. That's why he went for Colby, because he's thinking, Colby ain't got no strength. Colby ain't gonna knock me out.
But Colby, you're outworking. You're outworking.
And what's gonna be even worse this year, during this whole period of Black Lives Matter, is Woodley the one you'd put against Colby right now?
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're saying. But I must admit, it crossed my mind when I saw that fight this morning. It did the same thing crossed my mind. Because
you don't want to see, because what will happen after he wins? Come on, yeah. Woodley is there. We cancel him from all black activities. Like don't even come on, because two losses against he was. And did you see? Did you see that video of him, yeah? When he was going to fight Edwards first, yeah? And then Gilbert Burns turned up on his live. Yeah, saying he wanted to fight him. And he was saying, who's this guy? You need... Yo. See how I spoke about him? Now look at you. Now look at you. Yeah.
I find him quite a dismissive fighter. I think that is the problem. Like
narcissist, because he thinks he's the one, and that's it.
I'm the greatest. I don't like that either.
I'm the greatest welterweight ever. I had many different. You ain't had as many defenses as GSP, and you're talking about you're the greatest ever. What the fuck is?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
I'm with you, because Ola says it himself every week. Respect the fighter, but also as an opponent, you should respect your opponent enough to be like, all right, maybe I should watch a tape. Because Usman, you can't be telling me he watched the tape for that fight.
But no, he didn't. But this is the whole point. This is the whole point. For a narcissist, yeah, all you gotta say is, I had a night off. Everybody knows me.
You're right.
Everybody knows me.
You're right.
Everybody knows me.
You're
I
right.
had a night off.
I'll take that back. You know what then, Ola? I'll take that back. You're right. Because after that night, what he should have done was, okay, I clearly need to change something. So Ola, I can understand why Ola would be like, all right, then cool, well, maybe he did have a bad night, and maybe he would change something about the way he fights, so that he would approach the Burns fight with some kind of difference, or knowing that he trains with the man that beat him so badly. Maybe I should change something. This guy knows he trains with someone who knows how to beat me. Let me throw some unpredictability there. I'm not saying he needs to change his train or anything, but just change something about the way what you do, so that when you go into that fight against Burns, you can hit him with something he's not expecting.
But this is why Ola bought into the he's gone Thailand. Do you understand? So Ola did actually follow what you just said. He actually just followed what you just said. So he actually bought into
So you see how I've been so quiet. Yeah, and I let you speak. Yeah, I want that favor returned. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Go on.
So you said, Ola believes in the storyline if he's a WWE fan. Rare. Just because the fighter says, I've gone to do this, I've done this differently, I've trained in this manner, and it didn't pan out for him in the cage, doesn't mean he hadn't done all those things. Just because it didn't work out for him how he thought it was going to work out, just because it didn't work out for him with everything that he's prepared, doesn't mean it didn't happen. And doesn't mean when he say it, I don't have to believe him. Because they do put time into these things. They go to different places to train. I mean, Khalil Roundtree Jr. did the same thing. If you know my guy Kali Roundtree Jr., he went to Thailand, he came back and he kicked the fuck out of his last opponent just before he came out. So when fighter says, listen, I've gone to a different environment, like Cody Garbrandt saying, listen, I've left Alpha Male, I'm about to travel coast to coast to go and work, learn something different, try something different because of the way that I've been losing. It doesn't mean I don't have to believe what Cody said. It might not work out for him in the cage tomorrow, but it doesn't mean Cody didn't try to do it. And when he says he tried to do it, I'm not going to believe that he tried to do it after they put in so much sacrifice to try and change their game. He could get knocked out again. But does it mean he didn't leave Alpha Male to go and work with Mark Henry on the other side of the coast? Does it mean he's lying? Does it mean he's a storyline?
Listen.
Right?
Listen, I get no. I get your point.
So you can't say that. It might not work out for him in the octagon. Octagon is as real as it comes. It's far from WWE. Don't you disrespect?
Listen.
The spotlight, the disrespect, blood.
Listen. Every point you made, is very, very valid. The only thing you forgot. No. The only thing you forgot was with the point I was arguing last week.
Your point was shite. I can't remember what you said last week, blood. Let's talk about now, blood. I paid you already. So I don't need to remember what you said last week, blood. I don't forget that already. You already got paid, blood. I don't want to go over what you said last week no more, blood. I paid you to shut the fuck up. Now let's move on. I am calm. Yeah. Cheers, everybody. Yeah. Cheers.
All right.
Cheers.
Can I
say my little
point? Only thing, I'll bring you in a second. The only thing I would say very, very, very quickly is, and Will correct me if I'm wrong here in terms of what he was trying to say, was I think what Will means is you're absolutely right in what you're saying. Just because it didn't work out doesn't mean that person hasn't tried something. The difference is you backed Woodley. So you must have believed.
Of course I believed it. Woodley believed it. You can't tell me Woodley didn't go in the octagon not believing that he could win. That's why these fighters take the fights. You telling me Felicia Spencer, despite all of Nunes' accomplishment, you think she's going in the octagon without believing she could win that fight tomorrow night? No, I'm just saying before the fight. But before the fight. Yeah, before the fight. Of course. And that's not to take nothing away from Burns. Because Will knows.
100%. I know. Honor's got 100%. Yeah. He's got what he said 100%. My problem was, from last week, from which I said, and which, Chig, I think you're kind of getting away from, was our only problem with Woodley was his age.
Yeah,
you could learn.
I went heavy on that as well.
Things. Yeah, you can learn all these things by your age. And I told you, once they hit your chin, you'll be a different fight. And Ola, we watched it. As soon as the first round, as soon as he hit him and he wobbled.
Yeah, but I didn't get away from that. I did say.
I know.
What did I say at the end of my statement? It did turn out that you can't teach an old dog new tricks. How else you want me to say it? I already addressed that. I did address it.
But that's what I'm trying to say.
So I wasn't getting away from it. I addressed it.
But that's what I'm trying to say to you. Whatever you said is right. The only problem was Woodley's age. Yeah, his chin could not sustain him to stand.
You stay in Woodley's age. I'm referring to Woodley's age as the old dog. How else can I refer to Woodley's age? You're still talking about Woodley's age. I already done address it. I say you can't teach the old dog new trick.
Listen. And you can't even. You wouldn't even let me land. Let alone get my point across. You're
saying Woodley's age.
I'm saying if he was younger, we will probably have seen what he learned from Thailand. That's what I'm trying to say to you. If he was younger, you probably would have seen what he learned from Thailand. But as soon as an old man got hit and realized, woo, I never felt like this before. Yeah. When he felt like, I never felt like this before. Shit, I'm out of here. Yeah. That's what happened. He forgot about everything he learned from Thailand. Yeah. And that's what I'm giving you a fair. Look, I'm trying to give you a point, and you're trying to bark out the cage at me.
No, I'm just saying.
It up to you, and you're trying to bark at me,
bro. Look. I see what you're saying, but what I'm trying to say is I already addressed that rock that he got. Yeah, that probably destabilized everything in his head. Probably scrambled his brain.
Exactly.
And it's not that he didn't learn something, but what I was saying during the fight, what was I saying? Where's this thing my man said they learned from Thailand? The commentators were saying it. I wasn't the only one saying it. I was saying it before the commentators. And then man, they were saying this man said he went to Thailand. What the fuck is the Muay Thai? Where's something? Where's the kick? But all we saw was him cocking up that right hand and just hoping it was gonna land. It landed twice, and Burns was like, "What? Is that all you got?" And came forward.
Now, this is where my boxing came in a little bit. Yeah, this is where I use my boxing head a little bit, and in this one, in boxing, they say if they're a brawler, if you teach a brawler, someone who's brawled his whole life, if you teach him how to box, and you rock him, the first thing he's gonna do is brawl you. Instincts, It's his instincts straight away. You go for his instincts, and just like that's it. Whatever you taught him is out the window. Yeah?
It's like when when Mayweather taught Ricky Hatton, Mayweather Senior taught Ricky Hatton how to box. It was like, and as soon as Pacquiao hit him, he went straight into brawling mode. Yeah, and lost that as well.
And that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, as soon as he got hit, he went, "Whoa, I don't want to be here." He's intelligent enough to understand. Yeah, I don't want to get knocked out. I don't want to highlight reel on me. He's thinking social media. Trust me, when he was in that ring, he was thinking about social media. He was thinking about all these memes on me. Or he was thinking
that kind of disappoint. Absolutely, you're right, Will, and that kind of disappointed me a bit because if you listen to all his post-match conferences and interviews, all he kept trying to do was pat himself on the back for not getting knocked out by Burns. Like anybody else would have been knocked out.
I haven't even seen any of them. I haven't even seen any of them.
You lost every round.
I haven't even seen any of them. Thank God, I haven't even seen any of them. I was
thinking, bro, you lost every round. How can you sit down there and justify not being knocked out? You lost every fucking round to Burns.
Ola, from the start of the fight, he was in it. As soon as he got hit, you could read him like a fucking book in that octagon. You could read his mind, his mentality. And when they told him in the last round, you need to go for it, he felt like, okay, I got to pump myself up to go for it. Like you could read him going through the motions. You could read him going through, and that was painful to watch. And that's what I'm saying he's done. And to watch Kobe, what the shit that he said to Kobe about black, I want to beat him up for black life. If he doesn't,
man, I wouldn't trust him with the Black Lives Matter movement, man.
This is what I'm trying to say.
Let Usman lead that fight for us, man. You know, Usman been leading that fight. Let him carry on leading that flag. If they carry, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. Let Usman deal with that, man. You know, he's the champ. We don't want you to do that, Tyron. You know what I mean? Like,
Ola. So you see, finally, when you let me land, we agreed. See, finally, when you let me land, we agreed. Wow,
fam, we do agree every now. We do agree every now and again, man.
You wouldn't even let me land. You fast attacking you.
I did let you land. I did let you land.
So crucially, let me ask you guys a question. You know, you've seen what Archie's put in the chat. Is Woodley done as a top 5 fighter?
Archie's right.
Emphatically will. Ola?
Yep.
T Wood is still in the top 5.
Top 5.
He's still in the top 5.
Nah, he's done.
So you can't say he's done as the top 5 fighter because he's still in the top 5.
Come on.
But will he ever get back to championship status? I don't see it. Not with the people in front of him.
Yeah, but if you're in top 5, you're in championship. Like
you could be a gatekeeper at number 5. That's all right. You know what I mean?
Not number 5.
At number 5, he could be a gatekeeper. He's number 4 right now. He's number 4. There's still someone behind him.
I know.
He's number 4.
Everybody behind him can beat him. Everybody up to 10 can beat him. Everybody behind him up to 10.
That's possible. That's what I just said. It could be a good top 5. It could be a good number 5. He's still number 4, but it could be a good number 5.
Jorge will beat him because he's scared to bang, and Jorge ain't scared to bang. He's scared to bang. Once he gets hit, Jorge will beat him. Yeah, he's scared
100%.
to bang.
On that performance,
he's scared.
I think Jorge handles him.
And the guy, and you know what's funny about MMA as well. This is what's so funny. The guy that's been dropped behind Leon Edwards is Wonderboy. And we know what Wonderboy did to Jorge. We know Wonder Boy peppered Masvidal. Yeah, we know how Wonder Boy dealt with him. You know what I mean? So
Let's
he's
see
dropped
them
to
fight
number
now.
6. So
Let's see them fight now.
that's the story. That's the story of what?
Let's see
That's
them
the
fight
story.
now.
Whoa, Wonder Boy and Masvidal.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be an intriguing fight, but I won't count out Masvidal. I won't count out Wonder Boy. You could never count out Wonder Boy. You know what I mean?
Oh.
If you can never
Pettis
count him
Wonder
out.
Boy.
You could
Pettis
never
Wonder
count
Boy.
him out. Yeah, but that's the first time he ever got knocked out. You know what I mean? And that's another thing, which is probably why T Wood was so proud of his performance. Like, at least I didn't get knocked out. You know what I mean? But you've lost 10 rounds in your last 2 fights, man. Like, go and sit down. You know what I mean? Like, just chill out for now. I don't want to hear nothing about T Wood no more. He keeps talking about Covington. I don't want him to fight Covington because Covington will embarrass him, and in that way, it'll give Trump's favorite fighter another ammo in his, you know what I mean, in his chamber. And you know what, just let Usman deal with them situations there. He's the champion. He carries the responsibility of the welterweight. He's Nigerian, as you can see. Yeah. So
let me ask you a question.
Let's just
now,
leave
Oliver.
that.
Because you made a point of saying Woodley's number 4, yeah? We all agree the 3 above him beat him, yeah? Do we agree on this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
The 3 above him. Burns.
The 3 above him is Burns,
Colby, and Usman.
No.
Yeah.
The 3 above. Oh, I'm not talking about the champion. Obviously, the champion beats. So the 3 above him are Burns, Covington, and Jorge.
Right. Yeah.
Do you think those 3 beat Woodley?
Yeah. I agree. I think Game Bread is smoking.
Let me ask you straight up: does Edwards beat Woodley?
Easy.
I would have liked to see that fight. I would have liked to see that fight in London. It didn't happen. I would have liked, we could have got a definite. We could have got a definite answer in London.
I think Edwards would have finished him. For
some weird reason, Edwards is underneath.
But you saying finished him. Who's finished Colby who's finished Tyron in the welterweight? Who's finished him?
Look, listen. I said
I think you beat him. About getting a finish is a whole different thing.
Like I said, I believe. I did not say it's a fact. I said I believe. Yeah, that Edwards would have finished him.
Yeah, and I asked you again, who's finished Tyron in the welterweight? The answer is nobody. So let's move on. I think Leon would have got the decision.
He's had losses. He's been finished before, you know. He's been knocked out before, you know.
Let me tell you something.
I said in the welterweight.
I'm gonna be real with you, right? I'm looking at the top 15 right now. Right, I think all the 4 we've mentioned beat Woodley. I don't think Thompson does it for whatever it. I think it's just Thompson's boogie, man. He probably does enough. Obviously, he's beaten Meyer before. I think Chiesa beats Woodley. How about that?
Who?
Michael Chiesa.
We haven't spoken today, have we? We haven't spoken today, have we?
I think so too. No, I think so too, because Michael Chiesa is my guy. This guy, my man knows. Don't try and play like you don't know about man and Chiesa. You know why you gamble against Chiesa with me, man? You lose money, blood. You know what I mean? Stop playing, man.
I think, as Mike Perry calls him, Geoff Neal beats him.
I don't know about that. That's where it stops for now.
What?
Jeff Neal.
Neal.
Yeah, it's a good prospect.
I like him.
It's a good prospect, but that's where it stops. I'll stop at Michael Chiesa.
Where's Neil Magny in all this? Because he should be up in there.
Yeah, he's way down there, man. He's way down there.
Well, he's not in the top 10.
He's not in the top 15.
He's way down there.
What Neil Magny?
No. Conor McGregor somehow is in the top 15.
Yo,
somehow.
Cowboy would be in front of Neil Magny.
I bet he would.
Well, did he lose his fight? Did he lose his fight the weekend or something?
I can't remember.
He's fighting tomorrow. Not the,
yeah, I was gonna say. But hang on a minute. Neil Magny's
fighting tomorrow.
What the fuck you mean?
Well, he won his last fight in a very, very impressive fashion.
Last
If
fight? What the hell you mean? His last few fights he's won. What the?
No. I said in a very impressive fashion. I didn't say last. I said he won his last fight in a very impressive fashion, and I counted him out. And I came back on this show, yeah, because he was fighting my guy Jingling Yang. Remember that boy there? It was fighting my boy Jingling Liang. And I thought, yeah, my guy Jingling Liang is gonna come out here, come out with big fire, you know what I mean? My man got beat up and no Magni schooled him, he battered him blood. And I thought, God damn, I ain't never seen no one treat Jingling Liang like this, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, that was. I had to come back on the show, man. Eat my words. I say, God damn the Magni, man. You know what? I look for that one. You know what I mean? So when I get it wrong, you come on, Chig. You can back me up. I'm not afraid to come on the thing, and you know what I mean. I say, you know what? Yeah, man. I give the right man. I give the right man his praises. I do that all the time.
He fights tomorrow, you know.
Yeah, he fights tomorrow. Of course, he fights that Rocco Martin brother, and that's gonna be a mad thing. But we'll get onto that later on.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that's, I think, enough of Woodley bashing for the time being. I hope you guys are enjoying.
Oh, so you enjoyed the claiming your £10
We're done now.
beating up Woodley.
I'm self-aware enough to know it sounds like Woodley bashing. So let's move on. But I hope you guys are watching, are enjoying the show. Please just hit a like on this video. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, before we take you through these subjects. And then, of course, we'll break down the 249 pay-per-view card, which takes place tomorrow or in the early hours if you're in the UK on Sunday.
250.
250. What did I say?
249.
Oh, did I say 249? My bad. 250. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it moving. Jorge Masvidal. A week after, to be fair, we tore John Jones a new one for going on a Twitter tirade for not being paid to show up against Francis Ngannou. Jorge Masvidal came out on Twitter and has decided to do the same thing. Obviously, we've been wondering for so long why Jorge, who Dana has said for a good 6 months has a title shot now, why a fight is never materialized. Well, he came out this, as far as I can see, today, and basically just started going on one. I'm just trying to get Jorge's Twitter page on, so I'm quoting him directly. You know, I like Jorge, so I don't want him to ever think I'm misquoting him. So bear with me. Let me just get it up right now. Game Bread, let's get you guys' opinion on this. All right, here we go. If you're good at something, never do it for free. This is the Joker meme that he put on there. Okay, here we go. Flip it name. Sorry. So he's just put a lot of Black Lives Matter stuff on there. So I'll just go through that. Yeah, if I'm not worth it, let me go. And then he tagged that to ESPN. And then he continues, why make me fight for half of what I made on my last fight because the other dude can't draw? Don't tell me about a pandemic when reports today show the highest stock market has ever been. Everybody is getting back to work and you are buying an island. Stop playing us and the fans. Hashtag the awakening. Then he retweets a bunch of people who agree with him. He then puts a meme of the Joker saying, if you're good at something, you never do it for free. Then he continues, at the time, let's be real, I didn't have to fight him. The fastest KO in the history of UFC. Message him, and I asked to fight three different guys, and I said yes to all three. I fought in backyards of those dudes who never disrespected me the way I'm being disrespected now. Hashtag ESPN. History lesson for all the new fans that might have just started following my beautiful sport. 16 years at this, never once have I turned down a fight. Asked to go and fight the number 3 guy at the time in his hometown, across the pond after a year off. KO of the year nominee. Asked to fight number 5. I'm guessing it's talking about Aspirin and Till in the first instance. Watch the company men and the UFC White Knights come out and condemn my train of thought. You'll quickly see who's in their pockets. Then he continues, 50% of the revenue I don't get paid on the hot dog you sell in the arena or the logo in the cage. I never made $1 on the ticket you sell. I get punched in the face for a living. And even though I know the pandemic or what's left of it has nothing to do with it. So then I know that Dana responded to it, and it's funny enough, he's quote tweeted Dana's response to it, because Dana basically said anybody that doesn't want to fight doesn't have to fight, and that includes Masvidal and John Jones. So he addressed both of them. So Masvidal quote tweeted this and said, "Please don't compare us to these other leagues. I wish we can negotiate for less pay like these other leagues where players have to get half of the revenue they generate. We are negotiating from the way he put this, from 12% to maybe under 18% of the revenue we generate. We're negotiating down from way under." And then finally, his final tweet is, if I'm not an independent contractor, if I can't go anywhere else to make the living, let me go. Let me see if I'm worth it. Hashtag ESPN, hashtag super necessary. Wow. Big ongoing pay disputes. This is obviously a week on from John Jones's rant. Ola, what do you think of all this?
All of a sudden, it came to me that I spoke to Will today at some point, and Will was on the phone when this tweet came on, and I told him, I said, "Will, have you seen what Game Ready saying?"
We didn't speak today. We didn't fucking speak today. We didn't talk today.
All of a sudden, he jogged my memory. That's when they just jog up my memory. Actually, I was speaking to Will today, and Game Ready started talking about this thing here, and I'm like, "Hold on, William. Have you seen what Game Ready is talking about, bro? The man say UFC to let him go, and he's coming up with all these things." I was watching it live as it was happening, and for me, I just think just when he came out, he went on Ariel's show. I don't know whether you lot were following the whole thing, but I follow everything. Like my man said, I believe way too much of what this man's saying. So let me tell you some more of what I believed at the time.
Go on.
So my man went on Ariel's show, which I didn't believe what he said, but he said Usman was asking for too much money. Okay. Right? That's what he said on Ariel's show. I'm not the one holding up the fight. Usman's pricing himself out. He doesn't want to fight me. Blah this, blah that. And Usman came out and debunked all of that shit by not even addressing what he said. I said, "Gilbert, I don't even mind. I'll give you a chance. July 11th, me and you will dance. I'd rather give it to you than some of these other fools in the division. You're ranked number 1. You know what I mean? We ain't even arguing about price. Gilbert ain't talking that I want a pay rise. He ain't talking about no bonus. He just wants an opportunity." And Usman saying, "Listen, I've been ready to fight for a long time. Let's dance. They're under the same umbrella. Dominance MMA. If you didn't know, now you know."
I knew you couldn't wait to say it. You couldn't wait.
So, OA is on the outside now, fretting. He's fretting because Nate fight is not really appealing to at least the gaffer, which is going to cost me a tenner. But I see where we're going with that. Right? Which is going to cost me £10. So it's not really appealing to the gaffer. He's losing this Usman fight fast because now he's complaining about money. Now we know he's the one that's really complaining about money. That why am I going to take half of what I earned in the last fight? You can't compare what you earned in the last fight with the next fight because you've already come out and said the title fight is not really valuable for you. You want to fight the prize fighter. So if you want big money fight, go and look for Conor.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If you want big money, if I go look for Conor. Usman, you've already said he can't draw. Everybody said he can't draw. But he has the most prized possession in the division. You want it, go and get it at all costs. Which is what I was saying last week when I was saying I'm not trying to bash Jorge, but when the strap is available, even if you have to take a pay cut to go and get it, then call it super fight after that. Once you've got the strap, then you can make your call. You know, it's like you're trying to ask for something prematurely, and that's what I see with me. If I had chance to speak to my, I'll say, listen, you got the chance for the strap. Go and get the strap. You really believe you can beat Usman? Go and get the strap, and you can call Conor and set up that big money fight. Put BMF title on one arm, put welterweight title on the other arm. You can call out anybody you want and make all the money you want. But right now, sometimes you got to bite the bullet to get to where you need to get to. And it's not quite there yet because that BMF belt, it's a novelty belt. It's not like it's a real belt. Everybody knows who's got the real belt. You know what I mean? They didn't even put that novelty belt in Dan Lambert's bloody gym. That's some dead belt. You know what I mean? The fight didn't even finish. You know? So to me, I just think he's trying to price himself out, and now we know because he was trying to blame Usman. Everybody knows he was trying to blame Usman, but now we know it was the real one that was pricing himself out of the fight, and it shows that I was justified. I ain't got to apologize for what I said about Jorge last week.
Yeah, but you said he was running last week, and I said,
yeah, because he's pricing himself out of the fight. What other way can you run than price yourself out of the fight? A fighter's not going to come out and say, I'm scared of him. You price yourself out of the fight, like Jones is doing with Ngannou.
You think Jones is scared of him?
Look, I don't like to use the word scared. You know what I mean? You know, I don't. You know what I mean? I'm not going to walk into that trap. I never say about another trained fighter, professional fighter, is scared of another human being. They're not. But I think the wins to ratio of them, risk to reward is what they call it, is lesser than to what they're going to get out of it. So if they're going to take the larger risk, they want a much larger pay packet, because if it doesn't happen for them, then the big paycheck compensates for it. So it's the risk to reward, and I think that's what Jorge is looking for. But right now, sometimes you just bite the bullet and forget the risk to reward and go and get the thing, get the real belt, and then you will get your reward in the end. The reward always comes. Just get the strap.
Okay. Will, what's your thoughts?
Okay, where do we start? With Jorge, my only problem with Jorge is, I understand fighters. I understand fighters, like, and how you need to get paid and all that. Yeah, but before, Jorge was just happy to just have any fight.
Yeah.
After Till and Askren, all of a sudden
he wants prize fights.
Now, this is my problem, right? This is my problem. Nate and Conor, yeah, they have a following, like a cult following. Do you understand? It's different. It's a cult following. Yeah, even Jones hasn't got that.
No, he doesn't. Yeah? Jones doesn't draw, does he? That's the point.
Nah, he does. Nah, yeah. Masvidal is kind of like Jones. Yeah, we like you. Oh, Street Jesus. Yeah, we like you. There's no following. There's no like, oh, these guys, like, he's so this. You know what he does? You know Masvidal. Like, no one's telling you what Masvidal does, or no one's telling you. Do you get what I'm saying? That's how you know these guys ain't got followings. They're telling you what Nate does. He smokes and then he goes for a run and then he does. That's someone who dedicated their lives in following one guy just to find out what they're doing. Nobody cares what Masvidal does, really, other than the street fights, which we saw on thing. And everyone's saying, oh, that's the guy from the backyard thing. Yeah. We've seen it from back. He hasn't got the following like that. So when you are not in that position and you're making these demands, yes, people will come and watch your fight. And really, people didn't come to watch him versus what you call it. They did not come to watch him versus Nate. They came to watch Nate. Nate was a draw. It's like Conor coming to fight. As much as Cowboy is a G, people came to watch Conor. As much as Masvidal was a G, people came to watch Thingy Bob. As much as Masvidal is a G, people came to watch Askren. They thought Askren will beat him. They were trying to figure out how Askren will beat him.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
True.
Yeah. As much as Masvidal thinks it's a draw, Till was the headline. So when you pull these cards on him to understand what position, yes, I understand that. Yeah, you've seen the fame right now, and all of a sudden, it's like they showed him a little bit of the room, and he's like, "No, actually," he said, "I'm happy here. I'm happy in this room." Like he signed his contract, saying, "I'm happy in this room here, happy chilling." And then someone just opened the door. That's him knocking Till out. They opened the door, showed him the other side. He went, "Okay, that looks nice." Askren. Ooh, that looks like I want to be there. Nate. And now he wants to come all the way in, and everyone's like, hey, come on, it's step by step. Before, you were happy to be in that room. So let's do it step by step. Yeah? Go win the championship. We're going to make your path to win the championship. And then when you win it, then we can go on the next. Then we can start building you as a character or as a whatever it is. And he's declining to... The whole point he doesn't get is the belt. The belt secures everything. Yeah, the BMF belt, like Ola says, don't really matter. It's just a fan's favorite belt kind of thing. It's not a real belt. Yeah, it's a fan's favorite thing. Yeah. So, like Ola said, you need a belt, and with the belt is the one that solidifies you for getting the pay. Yeah. Plus, in the period of time we are in, I agree with Dana on not paying anyone anything. He doesn't want Conor McGregor to fight until there's a gate. So what do you think? He's going to pay you a big amount? He's trying to keep his biggest paycheck away from fighting until this shit is all over. And you're coming in talking about big numbers. Conor ain't saying nothing. Conor don't even talk numbers. Conor don't even complain about numbers, yeah? And they're saying, yo. We hope we don't even want to fight until this whole thing, COVID thing sorted, because we need a gate for Conor. And then 2 years ago, just another cowboy in the game, and I love Masvidal. I absolutely love Masvidal. But 2 years ago, he was just a cowboy.
Can I add something? Can I add something to what you said as well? Just to add, it's not even to take away because you made some excellent points there. And it kind of sickens you a little bit when you look at the women's division as well, and you look at what someone like Amanda Nunes has, accomplished. I mean, when they told her go up and fight Cyborg, she didn't say, "Oh yeah, you gotta pay me this much money." Cyborg was the baddest. Everybody was scared of Cyborg. She didn't say, "Oh yeah."
The only thing she said was, "Give me time."
That's what she said.
The only thing she said.
You know what I mean? She didn't say, "Oh, give me 30 million. I want 40 million. I want triple my wages." None of that. "Oh yeah, I just need time to prepare, and we'll meet up. And we'll do the thing." And even till now, she goes up and down the division. 1 second. Yeah. She goes up and down the division. She's nowhere near Ronda Rousey's money. And she's about to beat the GOAT if she beats, a GOAT that stands on her own 2 foot in the whole of UFC. Men and women put together wouldn't have accomplished what she accomplished if she beat Felicia Spencer come Saturday. We're going to get there. But what I'm trying to make in comparison is just the women's division all across. Shevchenko, go and fight. Go and fight Amanda Nunes twice. No problem. Joanna, go up. Go and fight Shevchenko. No problem. We don't get none of these crazy arguments that's happening in the men's division. What's going on? These women take as much risk as the men.
Yeah. I'll say one thing as well. I haven't watched it yet, but from what I'm hearing, also the Jordan documentary in this period of time did not help. Because apparently there was an episode where they were showing his cars, his luxury, his this, his that. You as an athlete, I'm thinking I haven't watched it yet, but I'm thinking to myself as an athlete, I'm sitting there watching this like, man, that could be me. I mean, even in your respected field, that's why they keep saying guys who are worth this amount of money in their fields and this, that, and the third. That's why Masvidal was saying what he was saying about guys get half the this and that and the third. But he's talking about the Mayweathers, yeah. He's talking about who owns the whole promotion of the thing, of the event. Of course, he's gonna get half. You don't own the whole promotion. Conor McGregor, yeah. As much as he gets, he doesn't get half of what the UFC is getting. They give him
gets a percentage, and he can negotiate that percentage going into the fight.
Exactly. He doesn't get the full cake or half the cake like Masvidal wants. And this is the problem with these guys, yeah? They watch other guys like Jordan, and they will go, nah, but Conor McGregor is not the Jordan of our game. Nah, but he's getting loads of money. No, I do this. I've done this. No, I deserve. No, and then it becomes an ego sort of thing. It becomes an egotistical thing. Like everybody feels like I deserve. No, I deserve more. I deserve. The funny thing is, yeah, most of them, as much as they're saying what they're saying, there's a lot of Bellator fighters who want to come to the UFC. As much as they're getting paid a lot in Bellator, UFC is there's the front. It's where you can actually generate your own money from your own deals and that. Yeah, you can make your own money. Yeah, that's why they tried to promote the what's his face that kept getting knocked out in middleweight. Luke Rockhold. That's why they keep promoting the Cody Garbrandt and that, because they went into fashion. They do, like, you make your name out of what you've got.
What you got,
where you are. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. But these guys are the guys who are like, well, it's all about fighting for me. I don't do nothing but just fight. I'm just a fighter, so I need to get paid. No. You got a platform to make more for yourself. Go make more for yourself. Be a Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor is rich because he's got a whiskey thing. Yeah. He endeavored into boxing. He's not scared to say no to anything. I mean, he's not scared to say yes to anything. He's not scared to go into this, go into that, and then you have you guys moaning about, oh, I need to get paid for this, I need to get paid. No. Go and do the stuff. Go and do different stuff, and then we'll pay you. Make us love you, and then we'll pay you. For now, we like you. Yeah, and that could change. That could really, really change, and that's a problem. We don't love you yet. We love Nate, we love Conor, but we don't love you yet. Not yet. Yeah, and that's a problem.
I quite agree with a lot of what you guys have said. And hell, the way I tore into John Jones last week, I have to give a similar grief to Jorge about. To me, I feel like Jorge, Usman said this once, that he's almost enjoying the victory he had over Askren, and he's not yet ready for that experience to end. And if it does end, then he wants to be well compensated for it, because
that's why I said he'd pick Conor over Usman any day.
Yeah, because I think he's looking for that payday first before going to get a title shot. If he loses, then a lot of this, and let's just call it what it is, manufactured, self-manufactured image that he's built up for himself, successfully so as well, since those two victories, adding Nate Diaz to that as well. I think his buzz kills if he loses again. So I in a way, I can understand why he's desperate, like absolutely desperate.
I love him as well. That's what
yeah, but isn't that the gamble you take as a fighter to go for this, especially when it's for the title? Because you just don't know what could happen. Usman might not turn up.
I don't
you got a chance for this,
but also age is a factor. So I think when you're at a certain period of your career, and Jorge has had a long, hard career. So when you're at a certain part of your career, you're looking to one or two things: either your last dance as a title shot, or that final big payday. You know, it's Ola, you will understand this. To me, it's almost like the Aubameyang situation.
Yeah.
In some ways, a reasonable me knows it is perfectly reasonable for Aubameyang to not sign a contract just yet. See what's out there. He's in. He's older.
Options.
He's older. He just wants to assess.
Team. If he wants to join the championship winning team,
he wants to join the championship. Look at this guy. He wants to assess his options, and then he wants to make a decision based off his options. And I feel like that's what Jorge is doing. Great. What I don't like is this Twitter nonsense. We both know you ain't walking away for UFC. we know UFC ain't releasing you. Cool. So what's the next move? You know, it's just like John Jones. For all of his noise last week, I don't see him relinquishing a belt. Last time I checked, he's still the champ. So I think both of these guys just need to be easy, calm down. Who knows? Maybe their rants might get him a little bit of extra money. I don't think it'll get him much though. Like I said, I'd be very surprised if John Jones decides to walk away. But then again, I said that about Cejudo, so maybe who knows what. But like I said, I'd be very surprised if he doesn't decide to just leave it, to leave that battle, revisit it later, and then try and build up a Francis Ngannou fight. And I think with Jorge, like you guys say, take the title shot. Take the title shot because you're already now been pushed down to 3 or 4, whatever it is. Let nobody other newbie join, and then you're pushed down even further down the pipe. So I think that for me is what I'd like to see Jorge do. Just get back to the things that he's good at, as opposed to just Twitter diatribe. I was very disappointed to see that. Today.
I mean, that's why I said, that's why Usman said, you know what I mean? You guys are the Twitter champions. You ain't no champion in the octagon. You're just Twitter champions. And if you want to do something about it, come fight me. And Usman's ready to, is prepared to fight. And deep down, he would know it's not the A side. And granted, but his manager will negotiate the best. But when people like he's trying to get, like Will articulately put earlier on, and I give you credit for this. I even say you were articulate about it. When you're fighting people that you know you're the B side, but you're pretending to be the A side. You know people came to see Nate. You know people came to see Till because that fight was in London. You know what I mean? Everybody came to see what Askren was going to deal with. You know what I mean? Because we didn't know a lot about Askren. Askren had never lost coming into that fight with him. So everybody was, you know what I mean? Well, he did lose, and then he woke back up and won the fight. Anyway, he hasn't lost. he lost, woke back up, they won the same fight. But yeah,
you're not letting the London fight go, are you?
No. That fight hurt me so bad, but I got a win out of it in the end. But we know, you get offered the title, you just gotta go and get it. It's your division as well. You gotta go and get it. And if you don't want it, this is where I said it every week. Chig, this is where your boy, Rocky, it's our boy as well, because he's from the Midlands. You know what I mean? Like, make noise. Employ somebody to make noise for you if it's not in your character. I'm sure there's loads of Twitter fingers up there in Birmingham.
First off, yeah.
Up there in Birmingham that'll be willing to make noise for him. You know what I mean? Make noise on social media.
As much as I love him, yeah, as much as I love Edwards, would you really like to see Edwards as champion? Like, think about it. Yeah.
No, but what I'm trying what I'm trying to say, you see, we're going back to that same question you asked last week. Who's marketable? It's not about who's marketable anymore. We're in pandemic blood. I just want fights and people that qualify to fight the fight.
Yeah, but you want them, and this is where we still disagree, because
people that qualify to fight the fight.
Even Dana has said this. You want the biggest fight possible. The only thing that I would agree with what you're saying is that, if you're not getting paid what you're looking for, but the title's still on the line, take the title. Take the victory.
Take the title,
yeah. Take the title shot now.
It will come. The rest
and then
will come.
Later on revisit it. I think, to me, it's always unreasonable to expect your normal set of circumstances in a pandemic. I think it's almost an arrogant approach. I said this last week and I'll say it again. I love Jorge. We have to be real here. It's almost arrogant to assume that your situation as a prize fighter will remain the same even after a pandemic has hit. It's not realistic just not a realistic request. So I think for me, it would be a shame if he lets this moment pass. but I won't lose any sleep for him over it because I feel like this is his time. This is the moment. And if he decides to sidestep, he doesn't deserve it of a shot. All right. Because we've been there in an hour, let's quickly go into 2FC 250. Ola, do you want to give me a breakdown of the card and then some of your predictions?
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go down from prelims all the way to the main event and the main card and the main event. So Bird versus Vitolo. I'd like to take your predictions and how you think they'll finish the fight. So Bird Pitolo, the first
Wow,
fight on the
going that far.
prelims.
Well, we're going down to the prelims, all the way to the prelims.
Yeah, well, we just predict on how we think they're gonna win the fight, and then we'll go. It's only 4 fights, so we'll do a quick fire rounds.
Okay. Well, do you want to go
So
first?
Bird Pitolo will. Bird versus Pitolo.
Pitolo.
Pitolo, how do you think he's gonna win?
What's he good at?
Ground game is good. Striking is average. Bird is a much better striker. But ground game is more his forte.
Submission.
What about you, Chig?
Well, I'm still trying to bring up the damn card.
Yeah, I got the card in front of me, but yeah, if you want to look for it, you can do.
You
Bird
normally have a
Pitolo.
certain card that they go for, but go on, move on. I will come back to him.
Okay, Cody. I think Pitolo will win as well. I think Pitolo wins on decision.
Decision, okay.
Yeah. Cody Statman and Kelleher.
Ooh.
Cody
I like
Statman
Kelleher,
and Kelleher.
I like Kelleher.
Chig,
I
you
like
go
Kelleher.
first.
I'm gonna go Kelleher. Tough. Won his last fight in style. I know that Cody Statman is good. Obviously, another one who's ranked. But I think Kelleher takes it. I'm gonna go with TKO round 2.
Will?
TKO round 1.
Chat room,
Kelleher.
please join in if you're watching. Let us know who you think will win these fights, and I'm sure Chig will put your predictions up on the screen as well, so you can join in the predictions.
By the way, I'm gonna go with Pitolo as well.
You're going Pitolo as well. So Pitolo unanimous. You both going Kelleher. I will join you with Kelleher as well. So that's
All
unanimous as well. Again, decision.
Finish.
I think it's going to be an all-out war. I think both of them are going to throw bombs. I don't see them two finishing each other. It's going to be a mad fight. It's going to be a crazy fight. And just before we move on, I was saying to these two gentlemen earlier on, before we started the show, that we are going to start. We're adding a new feature to the show where we're going to predict fight of the night and performance of the night. So fight of the night obviously involves the two fighters and they both get the bonuses. Performance on the night only goes to one fighter. But if the one fighter is part of the fight of the night, then you obviously get extra points for that. So fight of the night, you get 3 points. Performance of the night, you get 3 points, and if it's one of the fighters that was in the fight of the night, you get 1 point. So we're gonna go to that after the card is rolled out. Heinisch and Meerschaert. Ian Heinisch or Meerschaert?
I'm gonna go with Heinisch. I know he's a tough little bugger. I'm gonna go with Heinisch. I've just got a feeling. I know Meerschaert. I can never say that name. He probably will start off favourite, but I'm gonna go with Heinisch for this one.
What about you, William?
I also fought Hamish to begin with, but now I feel like we're all going the same route. Fuck,
It
I'll go
doesn't matter.
Hamish.
You just gotta say who you
Yeah,
think's gonna win.
Yeah.
Don't
Hamish,
worry
Hamish
about
as
what
well.
everybody else be thinking.
Hamish, and I'm going decision.
Okay, I'm going Heinisch as well, ground and pound. TKO second round.
Okay.
Right. Final fight in the prelims is Alex Bruce Leroy Caceres versus Chase Hooper. So, William, I'll come to you first.
Go up a bit, Chig. Yeah, here it is. I'm gonna go with Chase.
Chase, yeah.
I'm gonna go with Chase, yeah.
He's only lost the one fight. Taller.
Yeah, I'm going with Chase.
Hmm?
Chase
Where you
Hopper.
I was gonna hear from you first, Chig. You know what I mean? Let's see what you think.
Yeah, just because I know Alex Carreras is tough, but I don't rate him like that, to be honest.
All right, okay, all right.
So I was gonna go with Chase.
Okay.
Askren's son. I remember him.
Yeah, man. I got Bruce Leroy in this. I mean, Bruce Leroy is somebody that I followed over his career in the UFC over 10 years ago. He was on Team GSP with Koscheck. He actually fought Michael Johnson on that Ultimate Fighter season in 2010. So he's that long in the tooth, and he's fought some brilliant fights. Yeah, he's lost some along the way, but he's a very, very exciting fighter. He don't even know what he's gonna do half the time, and I think he's gonna show Hooper some new tricks, and I would say Caceres decision.
Okay. Do you want to put a bet on this one, Ola?
Wow, I love it, Chig. I love it, Chig. You're
stepping
in the spider web, bro. Chig, you're stepping in the spider web.
You're trying to draw me out.
Don't worry. I know.
Okay, I'll take your bet. I'll take your bet on this one. How much you want to go?
No, but out of principle, I still want this £10 in my account.
No, you will get it. Don't worry. I'll do it when the show's done.
Yeah. You will.
I'm a man that I honor my.
I know you did. I know you did. We'll go another 10. Let's go another 10.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. All right. Yeah, that's locked in then.
All right.
That's locked in.
All right. Next matchup: Eddie Wineland versus Sean O'Malley. Sugar Sean, I should say. I'll start off if you want. Easy, Sean O'Malley for me. I think it's light work. I think it's going to be an easy decision win. Easy decision.
Wow.
What about you, Will?
I'm gonna go against the grain and say Eddie Wineland.
Oh, the O goes. The O goes.
Yeah, because I don't know. I love Shane, but I feel like he's just one loss away from being perfect. Okay. I think he needs to lose for him to be really, really perfect.
Really perfect.
He's like a GSP kind of.
Okay. I just think it's too early for him at the moment to lose these sorts of dumb fights. So hopefully he'll be all right. Ola?
I have to agree with Will. I mean, you are underestimating Wineland, man. I don't know if you know much about Wineland. Wineland is a murderer. He's coming to take your fucking head off. Wineland is a different. O'Malley fought someone of this caliber before, man. Wineland is that guy. Is kill or be killed, and O'Malley is gonna feel. Even if he wins, he will know he's been in the fight. It's not gonna be like all these other guys that O'Malley's put away before. Wineland is a different category of a fighter, and he's got knockout power. He's got one punch knockout power, man, and he's not. His ground and pound thing is scary, crazy. So I'm not sure what you know about Wyland, but
We'll find out.
I think. Well, we'll find out. Yeah, one more night to go. So if
I
you want
believe
to
in the
jump,
sugar.
if you're that confident about O'Malley, I will go another tenner with you on this one, man. You know what I mean? If you're really that confident about O'Malley, because you know what I mean, you think he's going to dismiss him in a big fashion.
No,
So
I'm betting one bet per fight with you.
You entered the spider web, Chig. You
Yeah,
just
I know.
entered the spider
But you
web.
notice I done stepped off the spider when he was talking that talk. No, that's cool. Nah, I've already taken my bet that I'm reasonably confident about. This one I'm less confident about because I don't know as much about.
I thought you said he was going to dismiss it.
I still think it'll be an easy win, but I'm not confident enough to put a bet on it.
You see that one, William? You see that one there?
Moonwalking.
Don't worry. I have a rule with Ola because he likes to try and make it up when he gets one wrong. I ain't letting him make this one up. He's lost one bet. I am trying to get him to redeem it here. I still believe in Sugar, but I don't know as much about the other guy like I do about Alex Carreras. So that's why. That's the only reason I'm not making this bet.
Yeah, Wyland is a different. He's like, yeah, man. He's as reckless as they come. Man. He's coming to kill someone, man. It's gonna be different. You're gonna like it. I think you're gonna like it.
It sounds like it's gonna be a fun fight. So
absolutely.
Okay. Will's boy Neil Magny versus Anthony Rocco Martin. Well, go on, Will. This is your boy. You got to start it.
Magnifier is the magnifier. Okay. The magnifier. Either decision or a submission.
He's got the leg reach. He's got the arm reach. He's the taller man. Ola.
Yeah, I mean, Neil Magny made me eat my words the last time he fought. Won in a very, very impressive fashion. Rocco Martin, Jingling Liang, Bolo Young, man, Bolo. Shout out Archie reminded me, man, you know what I mean? Bolo Young, you know. But I gotta go with Neil Magny on this one. He embarrassed Bolo Young. I like that Chinese brother Jingling Yang and the one that just, you know, he jingling, you know what I mean? The Sydney jingling that night, man. You know what I mean? He just fell off, blood, you know what I mean? There's no jingling, nothing was jingling, man. You know what I mean? Crazy, blood. Yeah, I have to go with No Magny on this one, man. And Rocco Martin is. Look, he's got submission game. His submission game is really good, especially rear naked chokesman. Once he gets your back, he's a mad thing. But we know what No Magny is all about. He's been training since April with Usman. So for the fight, and he's been one of his sparring partners, even though when the gyms were closed down. So we know he's been active. He's been keeping in shape since that fight. So I really see him doing work. And I'll give him decision.
Okay. Okay. I'll make it a full house. By the way, I always secretly support Neil Magny myself, so I hope he gets it done. Okay. We did briefly talk about this fight last week, but Aljamain Sterling versus Corey Sandhagen. This should be a really fun, close fight. But Will, go on, break it down for me. You think Funkmaster takes it?
No, Sandhagen takes this one. I think Sandhagen takes it. Sandhagen is good in every aspect of everything. I mean, this guy got his arm, in a flipping, an arm bar, where his arm was the other way around, came back and knocked the guy out with that hand that he'd almost broke, And even the commentators were saying, wow, he must be double extended or something, like hyperextensions or something. Like, you just couldn't believe how his arm, it was like rubber. And he knocked the guy out with the same arm. His ground game is phenomenal. Yeah, he can stand and bang. Yeah, he's not your typical like crazy banger. Is I
work
don't know.
rate.
It's technical. It's
Yeah.
technical. It's kind of like it's Conor McGregor-ish. Yeah, it's Conor.
Okay, yeah.
He knows where he's putting you, like a boxer kind of thing, putting you in spots so he can hit you with certain shots. Yeah, or take you to certain. He's so good in every aspect. The only thing, yeah, that if uh, I would say would go against it would be someone who can punch, and Aljamain Sterling cannot punch. So that's my main reason why I give Corey Sandhagen everything. I found out about the guy, and I'm still wondering if we ain't gonna be calling this guy in a few years' time one of the greatest ever, Corey Sandhagen.
Oh wow,
That's what I'm wondering.
High praise. High
Look,
praise.
go and watch, and you understand what I'm trying to say. Go and watch, and you understand what I'm trying to say.
I must admit, I do like Aljamain Sterling. I do.
I love it.
I don't feel good about this fight for him at all. Because Corey is much taller than him. All right, Aljamain Sterling weirdly has a longer reach than him. Shorter leg reach, but longer arm reach than him. But he's a lot shorter. That worries me. The fact that Aljamain arguably his best attribute is the jiu-jitsu. As you said, almost Corey's skills almost negate that. So you just think, where are you going to beat him? So it's purely going to have to be desire. Take him into deep water and just see what happens. But I just don't feel good. For me, Aljamain's best chance of winning is getting Corey in trouble quick.
Can I say one quick thing? The main reason why I went to check Corey Sandhagen was I was watching Aljamain Sterling an interview, and they asked him, "What do you think about the fight between him?" And he went, "He's good everywhere. Like he's good everywhere." And I thought, okay, for him to say that, yeah. So I went to check him out, and I thought, okay, he is good everywhere.
He's good everywhere. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
All right. I feel Sandhagen as well. Ola, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with Sterling. You know how I feel about him and his gym and his coach and all of that, and I think this is his chance as well. I feel like he's been in that struggle to get to the front of the queue for so long, and one or two reasons he's not just been able to get there. But now this vacation has come from. It's almost like a Triple C, the goat, is thrown them a lifeline, and he said, you know what, you guys.
Should we do it,
bro? Can I finish?
I want money. Right. I want to get into the Spiderweb.
Well, can I finish? Let me finish, and then you can call for your bet. I'm not like Masvidal, I take all comers. So, like I said, Aljamain Sterling, I feel like he's had one or two things that's been blocking, his progress. But I think now is the time for him. Saying that Sandhagen's good everywhere doesn't mean he's scared of Sandhagen. It means I've studied him. So if he's good everywhere, then I have to bring my A game. So admitting that he's good everywhere, it's not a weakness in my eyes. It shows me that you've done your due diligence on the fighter that you're fighting. Because some fighters just come in there, underestimate what they're fighting, and don't do their due diligence and just think, my arm is gonna, my left hand is gonna get me there, my right hand is gonna do it for me on the night. If I connect and I go lean, a man is just gonna connect and make his head foggy.
Why?
So some people just think like that. But when a fighter comes out and says, listen, he's good everywhere because I've done my due diligence on him, I've checked him out, I've looked on all his videos, we've broken it down, and then that way it means he's ready for it. So for me, I'll give this to Aljamain Sterling, and this fight not only going to be a fun fight, it also puts them in number one contender as well, because it's been announced now that Aldo and Peter Yan are the two. Petra Yan are going to be the two that's going to fight for the title, and the winner of this fight fights the winner of that fight. So the title's round the corner, and I think he's going to bring the A game here, knowing that he's going to fight for the title at long last, which he hasn't been able to do his entire career. So I'm really looking forward to this one. I think Aljamain Sterling
if it
does
wasn't
it.
because
Decision.
if it wasn't because I don't want to root against my man Sterling, I'd bet you with this one. I would. I'm that confident in
I'm betting
Sanhagen.
you. I'm betting you.
So Will,
Yeah.
you're going with Sanhagen as a Sterling, £10 a piece.
Okay,
Yeah,
there you
that's
go.
nice.
You heard
That's
it, people.
nice.
I just don't want to root against Sterling, but I don't see how he gets it done. I'll be honest. But who knows? You've made the bet. Let's see what happens. Moving on. Gosh, I forgot where I was. Okay. This fight. I can never pronounce his name. Ola, say his last name.
Hassan
Sao, that's the one. Versus Cody Garbrandt. This you gotta feel like this is Cody. Cody's almost, I won't say his last chance because I still think he's young, he's marketable, he's got an exciting style of fighting, but you've got to feel like he has to win this one, right? Will, what do you think? What do you think of Cody generally? What do you think he's gonna do in this fight?
I had a chance to watch like Cody's past stuff, like go through him, even his knockouts. Yeah, most of the time when Cody's knocking someone out, he's kind of on scared street. You know, like he's been hit already, and then he goes into that it's like then he starts to swing.
Yeah, he's a panicky fighter. I agree with you.
Yeah,
he's got a lot of boxing fundamentals I like, except the very first basic one, which is, he doesn't feed his way into a fight a lot.
Nah.
Like you'd think someone with his skill would use his jab a lot more than he does.
But that's why it was crazy how he fought against Dominic Cruz.
Yeah.
Because Dominic didn't even expect that. Because watching him, I actually said to myself, wow, I could see what Dominic Cruz saw that he could beat him with. Yeah. That's what I was thinking in my head before I watched a fight with Dominic Cruz. I think he's a guy when he gets hit, he just goes on panic street and starts swinging. It's like, I know if I can catch him, I can catch him too. And I know if I can catch him, I can turn his lights out. So he gets into that and it gets into a panicky stage. So I'm before I was all Garbrandt. Like I was 70-30 Garbrandt, yeah.
Okay.
But now I'm more 55-45 Garbrandt. So Garbrannt,
but only just. Okay.
Only just, yeah. And if he's gonna win, it's gonna be a knockout, I think. TKO.
I'm somewhere in your ballpark, but I'll tell you who I think will win. Ola, what do you think? I'll tell you after.
Assunção, they're both coming off losses. Assunção's coming off for 2 losses, and Garbrandt is coming off for 3 losses. So it's a must win for both of these fighters. And we know, Assunção does work on the ground. His groundwork is ridiculous. And Cody really, in my opinion, shouldn't even be trying to go down there with him. And we know Cody got heavy hands. But again, correctly, as Will said, when he gets touched, it's almost like Arsenal in the last week of transfer market. It goes into some, I don't know what mode they go into. They go slow motion forward, slow motion. Oh, we're back. You know what I mean? I don't know what the fuck. It's a mad thing, and I don't understand it. But I want to again, because we have to listen to these fighters and what they say they've done to improve. Improve. Because I'm saying Assunção can get better of him. It's a must win for both of them. They're both coming off of bad losses. So this is either there or there. But because I just want to give a slight advantage to Cody because of, again, the changes. Because I've watched both of them on the countdown, you know what I mean? But the changes that he said is made is actually made a big sacrifice to go from coast to coast and lift him alpha male that he really, really loves to go somewhere else. And I heard somebody saying it in one of their programs, that there's one key for a fighter that's always feeling comfortable in their environment can often throw caution to the wind and not really care about the fight and take more care. You know, like how Justin Gaethje used to fight. That's what it reminds me a little bit about Cody. You know, you're doing all right, and then all of a sudden you just throw caution into the wind, and you get clipped and get knocked out. And if he takes that out of his game and actually goes in there and fights smart, do a bit like what AJ did, I think he can outbox Assunção. I think he's got heavy hands if he picks his shot properly, and I think he can knock him out. But will Cody do that under what he's learned from Mark Henry is yet to be seen. He says he's been shown this, and obviously he's respected Assunção's ground game as well by going to Mark Henry to learn that more, that level of jiu-jitsu that he needs to defend himself should the fight go to the ground, where Assunção is a beast in. So obviously, again, he's done his due diligence to try and get that bit sorted out. But I think slight favorite, just slight. I'll give it to Cody Garbrandt, and of course, his dominance MMA.
I was gonna say his dominance.
Rat pack.
From my perspective, I actually agree with Will. I think it's close. I do agree with yourself as well. I agree with elements of what both of you guys have said. I feel like, for me, don't tell me about the fact that you've gone to Thailand. Tell me that you've taken yourself out of your normal comfort zone and done something different, i.e. what Cody's done. He took himself out of Alpha Male or whatever the hell that group is called. Figured, listen, I can't keep going like this. I need to drastically change something about my setup, about my training. He's done that. He's taken himself out of his comfort zone and said, all right, I need to really work out what it is I'm doing wrong. He's taken time out, and then he said to himself, okay, let me reevaluate and let me see what I can do. Well, I thought you made an excellent comparison with actually the one fight that I was most impressed with Cody was that Cruz fight. Because that Cruz fight, he changed his style ever so slightly, in the sense that it wasn't just combos, everything, combo, come forward, combo. Oh, it gets clipped, combo even faster. No, brother. Like, he was very cerebral in that fight. And I liked the way he approached it. It clearly shocked.
He was having fun.
Cruz.
He was having fun.
He didn't
want to kill. He didn't want to kill. He was having fun.
Let's be truthful here. It was easy. It was easy. And I think that was what so many people were impressed with Cody. And really, since that fight, he had two emotional fights with TJ where he got schools. And then he fought my man, that nice Spanish man, I keep forgetting his name. What is the brother he fought last guy? Munoz, that's the one. And got his ass whooped. So I feel like it was the correct decision to prepare for the fight. I do still think that I'm gonna call it Rafael. It is dangerous in the sense that, like you say, on the ground, he's a beast, and you don't want to be. But we've never really seen Cody in there with someone that their sole intention is to get the fight on the ground. So that would be an interesting test for him, and maybe it might suit him because it's his chin you worry about with Cody. And if he's not worried about that in this fight as much, maybe he might focus a little bit better, and his movement might just keep him out of trouble. So I think for that reason, I won't say it confidently, I won't say it loudly, but I'm going to go with Cody in this one as well. I feel like he gets back on track. And I won't go with a knockout like Ola was talking, but I'll go with a decision on this one.
No, I went with knockout.
Did I say knockout? I didn't say. I'm just giving him a slight.
I went with knockout.
Oh, okay.
I didn't say knockout. I just thought if he fights smart, you can just outwork him and outpoint him and get out of there.
Yeah.
So
kicks, punches, and in, out. Don't mess around.
Yeah.
I don't want
just
combinations of longer than 3-4 punches out of him. Just
I
keep
mean,
it moving.
let's not forget. Will's got a shot at the knockout because we know Cody has a heavy hand, and if
He
he
does
picks
have a
that
heavy
shot
hand.
and it connects,
He
it could
does.
turn the man's
But
lights off.
this is a solid guy, man. I don't see that happening. You know, Brazilians are made different, bro. They're made different, bro.
But they can hit the floor differently too. Brazilians are they've had the most knockdowns in UFC when it comes to country-wise.
Ask JDS after I face Francis.
Ask Little Nog, ask Big Nog, ask Tim Silver, ask. Oh, come on, it's a fucking.
I'm not sure. Listen, I'm backing Cody. I don't think he knocked him out. I don't think he knocked him out.
Yeah, I'm saying decision. Yeah, just to make you feel better, William, as well, real quickly. Sunday again actually knocked out or beat Munoz that beat Cody.
I know.
Yeah, just to boost you up a little bit, make you know what I mean. Just make you feel all nice and fluffy inside. You know what I mean.
But like I said, when I watched him, I was like, wow, how comes
I'm just letting you know that I know as well going into the fight. So it's not like I didn't know. I'm just letting you know that I know that you know that I know.
All right.
Okay.
So the GOAT has arrived, and she's putting up one of her 2 belts against the Felicia Spencer, who I realize has quite a lot of guys that secretly fancy this one. I don't see it myself, but each to their own. But one thing I'll give her, she's an excellent wrestler, and poses a different type of threat to Nunes, who is quite good on the ground, but she went to face someone of Felicia's level as a wrestler. So we're thinking that this one will probably play out as a striker versus wrestler contest. Ola, what are you thinking with this fight?
This fight's crazy. And if you both, well, I'm not going to accuse you too much, Chig, but that fool William was laughing and said, oh, she ran away. She ran to Brazil. And I was saying, no, you can't take Felicia Spencer lightly. And if you look at all the interviews that's come out, it's exactly what she said. Like, I'm not taking her lightly. I've had to go and prepare. And the time that was given to the time scale to fight her, it's not enough time for me to get the type of training that I need to defend my title, because this woman is all about making legacy. She's all about making history. She wants to defend the title in both weight classes while she still has both titles in her possession. She'll be the only one to ever do it, not just as a woman, but MMA fighter, UFC fighter, period. You know, and she's coming with into this fight as I don't know, a favorite. I'll say a clear favorite in my opinion. I think she can take care of Felicia Spencer, but Felicia Spencer is not one of those that you can just walk all over her. This woman stood in front of Cyborg for 5 rounds. She brought it to Cyborg. She caught Cyborg with a Superman elbow. You know when you do the Superman punch, but she came with the Superman thing, leading with the elbow, and at one point she took Cyborg's back. At one point, she was trying to submit her on a rear naked choke thing. So Felicia Spencer, she's not a walk in the park, and I think that's why Nunes took her really, really seriously. Wow. I said, listen, I want proper time to defend my title against Felicia Spencer, and I think Nunes will get it done. I think I don't think she knocks her out, even though she's got knockout power. Felicia Spencer just walks through punches. I've never seen anything like it. Go and watch all her fights. As a matter of fact, you know, in the face-off, in Invicta, fun fact, if you don't know, in Invicta, when Felicia Spencer went to fight Al Hamid, in Invicta, Amanda Nunes actually did the stare down for both of them, which Felicia Spencer actually won that fight, became the Invicta champion, which is what brought her to the pro debut in the UFC. So, you know, she's come a long way from a couple years ago, from where she was to where she is now, where she's having to fight for the title. So it's gonna be a cracking fight, but I'm gonna go with Amanda Nunes. Again, I'll go decision. I think it goes all the way.
All right, because I think Will say something controversial. Let me go before him.
Nice.
I don't necessarily blame Pequeno for going for this. In fact, Pequeno, just to back you, I'm going to put a bet, not with these guys, but on an actual site that Felicia does that. I honestly think this is going to be a tougher fight than people realize.
Hold on. Before you, I'll take that bet. I don't want you to go and give that bet to nobody. I want that bet with you.
I want
for that thing you just put up on the screen there, Felicia 4th round rear naked choke. Because I don't. Yeah, well, if you're saying what he said, that's what you're betting.
I want good odds.
I'll give you good odds. I'll give you 2-1.
No. Listen.
No,
Let me
2-1
decide
is not good
first.
enough for you.
Let me decide first. Hold on.
I'll give you 2-1.
I still got time between now and when the fight is on to change my mind. But at the moment, I'm saying it's not a bad outside bet. Now, you'll know why I'm not making this bet with you with the next thing I'm going to say.
Right.
I think Nunes gets it done. I just don't think that is a ridiculous bet. I think this
rear
will be a
naked choke
hard...
is a ridiculous bet. Do you know about Nunes' thing on the ground? There's
you
no way to get rear
said
naked choke.
You said all this gas ahead of Askren versus Masvidal, and I said, yeah, but. So I'm still saying, yeah, but. I think if any girl gets it done against Nunes, other than Shevchenko, it's Felicia Spencer. I truly believe that.
Yeah,
she's that good of a wrestler.
And to that effect, I'm happy to give you 2-1 odds on it.
I want more than 2-1, bro. Come on now. So,
you won't get no more from me.
I'm still saying but. I think Nunes will win. I think, much like Archie said at the very start of this, it is hard to bet against Amanda. I did it once. I will never do it again. So, and that was the Cyborg fight. So I feel like, for me, I'll go Nunes, but I don't expect this to be easy. I think, like you say, I think Felicia is very resilient. She can take a good shot. And I think I do get this feeling with Nunes that if you frustrate her long enough, you may drag her into a deep water. And you know what told me that? You know that last fight of hers, where I thought to myself, oh no, when my girl was frustrating the crap out of her, and all she could do was basically take her down and hold her, just hold over her dear life. And that made me think to myself, okay, so I think from Felicia Spencer's point of view, the problem with her is she has no stand-up game at all. So she's going to have to walk through a couple of shots in order to get hold of Nunes, who can also wrestle. So we really got to see a big difference in wrestling between what Nunes is capable of and the elite level that Felicia is. So I think ultimately Felicia can take her down, but can she keep Nunes down? And if she doesn't keep Nunes down, does Felicia have the strong enough chin to withstand the Nunes power? One thing withstanding Cyborg's power, at the end of the day, Cyborg got knocked out against Nunes. So these are the only thing I worry about with Felicia is Nunes has too many tools to beat her with. And I think ultimately she'll get a decision because of that. But it wouldn't also surprise me if Nunes got a decision but shouldn't have, i.e. Felicia did enough, got more takedowns than was expected and won the fight. That wouldn't surprise me either. So it'd be very interesting to see the way this plays out. But I'll go Nunes. I just don't think it's a straightforward thing. I completely understand why Pequeno is going Felicia Spencer, 4th round rear naked choke. And I like the bet so much, I'm going to put some money on it. By the way, this random person in the chat keeps asking when, what time, and how many hours. the fight is at 5 a.m. on a Sunday morning, bro. It can't be your first time watching it if you're from the UK. If you're not from the UK, you're gonna have to look at what the time difference is in your area.
Local different, yeah.
All right, well, go on, take us out with this one. What is your prediction?
Okay, I've been waiting for a long time for this. Yeah. So, how I see it, I see Amanda, dominating. Basically, the first 2 rounds, I see Amanda absolutely dominating her, even coming close to sparking her out a few times.
Okay.
Yeah. I can even see Amanda even knocking her out in the first round. Yeah. I can see, like, basically Amanda dominating. Therefore, I give it to Felicia Spencer.
Oh, wow. See, I told you it'd be controversial. That's why I let him go last.
Yeah, and because
on what basis? On what basis, William?
No, Jesus. On what basis? What basis? Well, I understand why you disagree with me.
No, I just wanted to know his line of thinking, his line of thought. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's all it was. Okay. I just wanted to know why. You know what I mean?
Okay. For me, Amanda has had 2.5 losses in the UFC. 2.5. Yeah. The 2 in obviously Kat Zingano and the one that she never got with Shevchenko. The half being the first fight with Shevchenko. Yeah. Because Amanda did not come out for the 3rd round in the first fight against Shevchenko. She was literally depleted. Whatever she did in the first 2 rounds, she was gone. Yeah. She tried to knock Shevchenko out, couldn't knock her out. Bloody Shevchenko and everything. Shevchenko was bloodied everywhere, right? The first 2 rounds. Yeah. Couldn't get her out. 3rd round, it came out like there was nothing there. Kat Zingano, same thing. First 2 rounds came out blitzing. No, it was the first round, only the first round. Came out blitzing it, then got tired. All of a sudden, just got tired, and Kat Zingano destroyed her. Yeah. Now, what do these 2 people have in common? They're very, very good wrestlers. When it goes to the ground, their ground game is good. Very, very good. Yeah. Now, Amanda is fighting someone who is durable, because we found out with Cyborg, and also is very, very good with her ground game. So, putting it all together, like I said, if she survives the first 2 rounds, then it's downhill for Amanda Nunes, I think. And that rear naked choke in the 4th round, it's not a bad bet to make, to be honest with you.
Yeah, because let's face it, and this is why I can see Pequeno's logic. If there's one thing, yes, she's improved this Ola before you say it, but if there's one thing that Amanda's been accused of in the past, is the gas tank. And if you're a wrestler, all you're trying to do is wear out that gas tank. Ride out the first couple of explosive rounds. Round 3, tie them up, tire them out. Round 4, do the same thing. If the opportunity is there,
just imagine. Remember, Ola, just imagine, if she gets as tired as she did against JDR, she took JDR down because she knew JDR was crap on the ground.
Yeah, okay. She did nothing with it.
Okay.
She did nothing with it.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I can't believe you lot are disrespecting the art like that. She took her down and did nothing with it. Do you know what it takes to take somebody? You know what it takes to take somebody like Shevchenko and GDR down and keep him there? Do you know what it takes?
Keep who there? Shevchenko was battering her from the bottom. What you mean? She never. As soon as she took Shevchenko down, she got hit more times. She got hit more times. Yeah, she got hit more times when she was on her back than the person who took her down. The person who took her down took her, held her, and was getting back.
Let's be real here.
Come on.
She took Jermaine Durandamy down. She didn't do nothing else. She didn't. It's not like she tied her up. She didn't attempt to put her in a sub. She was holding on for dear life because she knew that Jermaine is rubbish on the ground. Other than that, she didn't do anything else.
Yep.
She didn't do anything else.
Yep.
Whereas against Felicia Spencer, she ain't gonna be able to. Even if she takes Felicia down, I think it will be all right because Felicia is that much better than her on the ground. The only debate is if she can ride out what we know is going to be that Nunes explosive first and second round. She starts every fight the same way, explosively. You know, the only reason she changed her tact for GDR because she realized actually GDR is a much better striker. So she had to change her tactic for that. Because GDR was, what's surprising about that one is GDR was quicker. Like, where did this come from?
So same as Shevchenko. That's why Shevchenko, she didn't understand. Watch the Shevchenko fight. She didn't understand what was in front of her. She could not understand what was in front of her.
Oh my God! I can't believe what I'm hearing, man. I really can't. I'm giving both of you brothers a chance to take my 2-1 offer, but you won't take it. But you see, you might have sitting there. You might have sitting there talking all this talk, and I'm giving you a 2-1 offer. Better odds that you'd never give to me, and none of you is looking to take it.
For 4 rare naked choke, you get better than 2-1.
No, fam. I'm not talking about 4. I'm just talking about win, lose, or draw.
No, brother. I'll still take that moral victory and go and cash in on an 8-1 or something like that.
Oh, you can
cash in on an 8-1.
Fam, you can add my money to it as well, man. You know what I mean? To go and cash in.
I still think if you ask me deep down, do you really believe Felicia Spencer will beat? No, because I think in the end, I think Nunes is too explosive in the first 2 rounds, in spite of everything I've said. All I'm saying to you, Ola, is what happens when... Are you going to worry? Are you going to worry if it gets out of 2 rounds?
I already said the pros of Felicia, and I think she's good in certain places. I think she works through punches. But at the same time, I know you like to work through punches, but this is Nunes. There's only certain people. It's like when Francis fought Stipe, and he started punching him, and saw that Stipe wasn't going away. There's just something that comes within a fighter that they want to do something else, right? But the difference between Nunes and Francis is she's got other game plans that when it's not working one way, I can take it the other way and convince the judges on the night. If I have to defend my title by getting a decision, then that's where I'm going to take it to.
So if Nunes
Cejudo did the same thing with did the same thing with Mighty Mouse.
Hold on.
He did the same thing with Mighty Mouse.
If Nunes doesn't blast her out in the way Will was just talking about, what is Nunes' backup plan?
Take her down, and I think Nunes is better on the ground than Felicia. I really think so. I think her jiu-jitsu is way better than Felicia Spencer.
Wow.
I'm telling you now.
Okay.
I think her jiu-jitsu is way better.
Wow. Cool. Okay. All right, cool. All right. Okay. All right. I can see your gas on that Nunes juice, but I won't argue with you.
Bro, take the 2-1.
I'm not...
William, take the 2-1. He's there for you. Take it.
I'm with you. The disrespect. Mind you, I think Nunes wins, but the disrespect that Ola showing Felicia.
I respect Felicia, man. Come on, man. I respect Felicia. I'm just saying. I think Nunes is better on the ground than she is. You know what I mean? I think I respect Felicia. I think. That's why. Look, that's why I said decision. I'm not saying. I didn't say Nunes is going to finish her. I'm not the one that's saying Nunes is going. She's going to get knocked out. I'm respecting Felicia by saying it's going to end in decision. And you man are saying that I'm disrespecting her when I'm giving her all the credit that she walks through punches, and I think she can take Nunes' punches. And if it goes to the ground, I think both of them will scrap it out. I just don't think she will do more than Nunes over 5 rounds. I said it will go the whole 9 yards, and I think it will go to decision. That's what I said in the first place, and I think that's a level of respect for Felicia Spencer.
All right. Well, it is what it is. Let's see who's right. And you know, Ola's going to get it next week if he's wrong about all his things.
Are we doing Sunday, though? Are we doing the results on Sunday? Are we doing?
I want to do a result. I want to do a result on Sunday.
Yeah. Are you working?
No, I want to do a result on Sunday.
Yeah, we'll do results on Sunday. Ola, you said you wanted to do something for these fights real quick.
Yes. So now that we've gone through the card, let's start with you, Chig. Who do you think will get fight of the night? And chat room as well. Who do you think will get your fight of the night? Put your answers in. From all the fights.
Regardless of the result, I'm actually going to go with Nunes Felicia. being fight of the night, and I'm also going to go with Felicia being performance of the night. Come on, Felicia.
So Felicia gets performance.
Forward.
I'm gonna write it down. And Nunes and Felicia get fight of the night.
Yeah.
What about you, William?
I'm going to fight of the night. Assunção, Cody Garbrandt.
Yeah, I almost went that one.
It was for me. It was a close Corey Sandhagen and
Announcement. Yeah,
close second. And then performance of the night. I'm gonna go with Corey Sandhagen.
Okay. Sandhagen. Performance of the night.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going with Sugar Sean and Wineland for fight of the night.
Oh no.
I'm going for those two for fight of the night.
Wait, it's not locked in. We can change our mind, right?
You can change your mind.
Okay.
You can change your mind. It's, when we come off here, then it's locked in. But if you want to change your mind, you can revise. You can revise it. I'll just change it.
I think that would be fight of the night.
But I'm going fight of the night for Sean O'Malley and Wineland.
Yeah, me too.
And performance of the night.
I'm still going Felicia.
Performance of the night. I'll give that to Sterling.
Okay. My performance of the night completely contradicts my pick, by the way. I'm aware of this.
Sean.
Still going with it. Still going with it.
All I want is to go the opposite of me. Performance of the night. Wow. Okay. At least we got both dogs in it, so yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
I just don't listen. If Amanda
that fight could potentially be fight of the night itself, you know what I mean?
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
If Amanda
close second.
If Amanda makes me look foolish, so be it. But I just feel
Are you changing your pick, Chig?
No, I still pick Nunes, but I feel like in terms of
fight of the night, Nunes Felicia, and performance of the night, Felicia. No. That's what you said.
So, yeah, that's what my original said is. I'm now saying fight of the night will be will be Sugar. I keep calling it Sugar.
Wineland.
And Wyland.
Right.
And performance of the night, I'm going Felicia still.
Okay. Okay, I think some people is they've added performance of the night in the chat. I don't know if you want to put it up.
Yeah, so Archie's gone. Mali versus Eddie as fight of the night, and performance of the night goes to Amanda. So
big up Archie.
Same as Ola.
Same as Ola. No, I don't think it went as Ola.
I chose Sterling for performance of the night.
Yeah.
How's your man? All right. We'll see. We'll find out. You won't need to wait a week for that one. When it comes to these big cards, we do tend to review it for Sunday. So make sure you catch us Sunday, I would imagine reasonably early. We usually tend to do that show reasonably early. So we'll probably be looking...
sometime in the day, early evening.
Yeah, sometime early evening, like 5 usually we do it. So make sure you do catch us. Best thing to do, see that notification bell? Hit it. And you'll be alerted as soon as we do a show. And then you'll be able to join us to see A, who won our bets, crucially. B, does Ola have a lot of egg on his face? and see generally.
I need to make a T-shirt called "The Disrespect." I think I need to do something about that, blood. You know what I mean?
Tell you something.
Trademark it.
Yeah, man, I need to do something about that, fam.
If we go down the whole merch route, we've got so many sayings. We've got let me land. Disrespect. show the fighter respect. So yeah, we got loads of those. Don't worry about that one.
We're mad.
Yeah,
We're
man.
mad,
You lot look out for the hat. You're showing the disrespect. You see the t-shirt as well, man. So you lot look out for that, man. That's gonna be in the work. When I look into them things there, man, I try and make them happen, man. So yeah, man. I'll be talking to Frimpong, man, and say we'll help to make that easy. You get me? So, see what we can. Shout out Frimpong as well, man. My guy.
Another Ghanaian man. You mentioned. See, you
Shut the
Arsenal,
blood
I
clot
just
up,
follow the
man. You know what I
Ghanaian
mean?
man.
Like, nah, man, come on, blood.
All the
Just,
Ghana man play for Arsenal.
look,
You see how Ghana man in the UFC.
in this pandemic of Black Lives
How
Matters,
many
man.
Nigerian man play for Arsenal?
I just gonna stick. I just
Even
gonna
a
stick with the
Nigerian plays for
brothers in it.
United.
You know what I mean?
Even a
So
Nigerian plays for United. Yeah, the most popular Nigerian plays for United. Fucking hell, son.
Anyway,
Fucking hell, bro.
Let's get up out of here. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this. Please do stick a like on this video. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I see we've already had a new subscriber. Great. Welcome. We will be back on Sunday. We are here every single Friday at 9:30.
Yeah.
So yes, enjoy your stay. And we'll be back on Sunday, guys. So
I got one last thing to say before we go.
Go ahead.
First of all, again, to remind people, Black lives does matter. And
100%.
I get the
Amen.
I get the whole everyone who come in with all like no. This is why, yeah, it's only Black lives that matter for now. This is why. When there are two houses there and one's on fire, you call the fire service to come spark this one out, yeah. You don't go after the fire's dead, you don't go actually spray that house too. Even though there's nothing happened to it, spray it too, just to make sure it won't get fire. No. You tend to the house that's on fire, make sure it's already set, build it up to come to this house before you even think about coming to this house. Yeah. So it's not all lives matter.
I know what you're saying.
Black lives.
Yes, on the surface, of course, all lives matter, but not all lives are in danger.
Nah.
So therefore, Black Lives Matter. I completely agree. All right. We are out of here, guys. Take care.
Salute.